This next story is really, really sad. And I'm gonna tell you now, it's definitely provoking. Okay. So we have a man, okay, and this is coming to us out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We have a man, Jason Shackelford. Now let me tell y'all this story. Jason Shackelford had already been sent to jail for domestic violence, okay? His mother, his baby mom of two of his boys, the only one, right? She, back in 2019, he had beat her really badly in the house while the kids were there and threatened her because she was in so much pain and badly beaten that she had to go to the emergency room. He told her, "You can go, but you better come back here. And if you tell them anything happened, I'm gonna beat you again." So she terrified. That. I'm gonna be honest with you in this story. That was your calling number one. That was God calling number one. But she went to the emergency room. She got care, and she went back home to him. That evening, he beat her again. So, a couple of days later, she was finally able to get away from him. This is 2019. She called. She got a restraining order on him. And throughout the years, she tried to live her life, but he would come in and out, beat her, and see it because he got two boys with her. And rape her. And, he would also do that as well multiple times. So it brings us to now. February 8th, okay, the mother also had a daughter. She had a 12-year-old daughter named Elena, not by him, who also lived with her. So she was at work overnight between February 7th and 8th. She gets a text message while she's at work at 6:45 a.m. from this man that says, "Your daughter is sick and she's not waking up." And so sick and in bed. And so she immediately like goes to the house. Like, what? First of all, he's not supposed to be in her house, but he was there, ma'am. But he was there. So she goes to the house. He don't even let her go to the room to see her baby. He's arguing with her downstairs, beating on her downstairs, all out of nowhere, just attacking her. So then he finally rapes her, then tells her, "Come here," walks her upstairs, opens the daughter's room door to let her see the daughter. She looks in, it's an empty bed. So she closed the door. He closed the door and says, "I got your daughter in New York City. She's safe, but you better come with me." So he forces her to go to this hotel. So she gets to the hotel with him, still like, "Where's my daughter? Where's my daughter?" He's like, "You better keep quiet, or you better stay, or you're not gonna know where your daughter is." So she's at the hotel. He rapes her again. This is the third time now, and she then wants to smoke a cigarette. So he says, "You can go outside and smoke a cigarette." She get outside to smoke a cigarette. Now she takes her calling. Now she takes her calling, y'all. And the calling's a little too late. She goes to the front desk and tells them to call the police. "I'm being beat and held against my will." Police show up to that unit, to the hotel unit, and that's where they find out everything. He just comes out of his mouth and says, "Yes, I raped her daughter. I killed her daughter." And they arrest him. And that's where the story picks up. And so during their interview, they tell he admitted he raped and killed his girlfriend's 12-year-old daughter on the night of February 8th into the morning of February 9th at a home. He stated he attempted to conceal the victim's body in a freezer in the basement. During an initial search of the home by the Columbia Borough Police Department, police discovered the body of a juvenile female located inside a chest freezer in the basement of the home. Rest in peace, Elena Smith. 12-year-old girl. 12-year-old girl. 12-year-old girl. And everybody, all her friends at the school, everybody said she was a pleasant girl. She loved animals. She was a well-to-do. You could see her personality blossoming. And so it just have so many questions. How did he get into the house, ma'am? Secondly, why didn't you call the police back in 2019? Why didn't you let them know? You had her then. If it wasn't safe for you, you know damn well it wasn't safe for her. Damn well. And Is this the first time? Is this the first time this baby has suffered abuse at the hands of this man? Is this the first time? How many times have you been to work late at night and came home and he's either been in your house where you have a restraining order against him and your daughter has he was literally, they caught the man, he literally was in her room watching movies and then he said he just raped her. So additional charges have been filed against him in the killing of the 12-year-old girl after the autopsy. Because, see, at first, they didn't add these additional charges. They added them after they saw the autopsy and was able to prove that, yes, he did. So he got 1 count of child rape, 2 first-degree deviant sexual intercourse, and 1 felony strangulation. You asshole. You asshole. And so, y'all check out this. First, I want y'all to look at this clip of this man. I can't believe it. And y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me too, please.
Well, this is the kind of story you never want to tell. A young girl is raped, then killed, and her body is stuffed in the freezer in the basement of her home, all at the hands of her mother's ex-boyfriend. 39-year-old Jason Shackelford of Columbia is charged in the 12-year-old's death, with police saying he confessed to doing it at her home on the 500 block of Avenue H in Columbia. It happened overnight Wednesday into Thursday while her mother was at work. Police say the child's mother was still working yesterday when she got a text from Shackelford saying her daughter was sick in bed. But when she got home, her daughter was not there. She and Shackelford, who she had recently asked to move out, argued, and he lied, telling her he had taken her daughter to New York. He forced the mother to go to the Wyndham Lancaster Hotel in East Lampeter Township, using her daughter's whereabouts as leverage. But she was able to get away from him and alerted hotel staff to call police, who arrested Shackelford. Tonight, he's in the Lancaster County prison.
All I can say is rest in peace, Elena Smith. I I definitely felt like the mother, this is a part of learning the lesson. It shouldn't have gone down this way at all. But there were so many signs along this way. There clearly were signs along this way. Even when you got engaged with this man, okay, we get that. I get it. We can't get it. You've already had the kids with him. But then this happens. And now we're here where you've lost your daughter, 12 years old. She was on the cusp of blossoming into a teenager. Couldn't even get that far at all. And now what? He goes to jail. You lost a child. You're going to forever reap this for the rest of your life. And for me, it's never too late to learn a lesson, because it's only now you have those 2 boys to protect. You got to think about the next man in your life. Let this be a lesson. Let it be a lesson. That's all I can say. I don't want to. I just want. That shit is crazy to me, y'all. This shit is crazy to me, crew. She failed. Yes, she absolutely failed those kids. And it's so crazy. It's crazy. It completely crazy. Completely crazy. Now along this lines of, I want y'all to see this, right? So we're gonna get into clips. All right. I want to get into some clips real quick. I want y'all to see this clip of this man, right? He is basically saying how he doesn't, something we always hear all the time, how he has children and children with women. And a lot of times when he has kids with women, he lets them know that he doesn't necessarily want the kids. Where is this? Where is it at? Where's the damn video? Oh, here we go. So I want y'all to check this out. And I want y'all to drop down and let me know what y'all think about this right here.
Choice, but I you calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, Some of them been trying to get in contact with me. Access denied. Because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. So don't expect me to be responsible financially, emotional, spiritually, mentally, or physically with some kids I do not want. And I don't give a fuck what nobody think about it. You're not gonna force children up on me. Yeah, we both made the decision to lay down and have intercourse. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out because I'm not the one that gonna have to carry a baby for 9 months. It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with. Because you're gonna be like, one of my baby mamas trying to find me so I can financially support a kid I done told her or them I did not want. Another thing is, these just jump offs. These the type of women that I ain't even had to do nothing for. The bare minimum, but they gave me access to their body and they think I want to be a father to a child for one of them? Like, I don't even have no type of love for these women. How do they expect me to love these children? Before y'all say, oh, he irresponsible, he a deadbeat, he don't take accountability. Yeah, I do. I just don't give a fuck. You ain't gonna force these children on me when I told you I ain't want them. Yeah, I can offer to pay for abortion, but at what point can I force a woman to go get an abortion? I cannot.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Like, and so I look at men like that who don't want to take care of their kids, who have a bunch of kids, and I also look at the man who had the 3 and 4 year old, didn't take care of the boys, but was so concerned about this girl. And I say, you have to be careful about the men you fucking date. Some of these men, if it's not said out their mouth, it's shown in their actions. And I'm not trying. This ain't no lesson or nothing like this. Ain't no harp session or none of that. None of that shit. I just hate seeing these stories time and time again about black women and black babies lost at the hands of a baby dad, a father, some figure in their lives. And it's like, okay, every once in a while we get a out the blue situation where it was a great relationship for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden something happened. But more time and time again, more than others, what we see is patterns of abuse. This woman had an abuse with this man since 2019. Who knows how soon that came? And you still allow him in your home? Still questionable. Very questionable. To the point that he could text you and tell you something about your daughter. He could text you. He could text you. He shouldn't have even had your number, which then leads me to believe what else was going on there. And then you got this deadbeat man talking about he don't give a fuck. But I'll tell you this, he'll probably still get women to sleep with him. He'll still probably get women to sleep with him. I promise you that. He'll still be slinging dick. Promise you. I can't explain it, but I promise you that that'll be what happened. It's just it's just the nature of him first, because he's a fucking predator. He's obviously preying on either weak individuals. That's honestly what it is. How the fuck you got 7 kids? You can't even have a conversation. Yeah, I got 7 kids, 7 different baby mamas. The fuck? So the 8th person, you obviously, like, that man gotta be disgruntled. He gotta be mad at this point. You gotta be a disgruntled, and you don't want to care for none of your kids. The fuck out of here. So women, please be careful about these men y'all date, because yeah, it's cute. Some of the stuff be cute, but when you pull back them layers on that onion, and you get to see them for who they really are, you get this heinous behavior. This is just me behavior. And like I said at the top of the hour, quote, I am choosing and not waiting to be chosen. Choose yourself. Choose yourself. Don't choose to deal with somebody else's fucked up behavior. And on that note, let's please first hit that like button. I know I got 19 folks in here, and thank y'all for rocking with